Hi guys, it's me again. I've decided to do a video today. There's a few little snippets of news around Vietnam that I thought you might be interested in. One that you've probably woken up to this morning, which is severely bad news for Vietnam, but we'll get into that shortly. First of all, I'd like to thank the subscribers that have joined our channel. Thank you very much. We have had a few that have left. Sorry to see you go, if you are watching. So it's been quite a quiet week for Travel Agent Hanoi. I'm concentrating more on the Vietnam Village Life channel because that's what people are wanting at the moment. So just going to be snippets of videos here and there for Travel Agent Hanoi. I want to offer you compilations of the whole of Vietnam, which I have already one or two on the channel. So if I have a look at the one on screen now, this one is shown in the description, so have a click at that and have a view. I'm going to be doing some more of those videos soon. I'm hoping to gain your support after the COVID situation has passed, if it ever passes. This YouTube channel is mainly to keep us in the public eye, and hoping this is working, because I don't want to be doing YouTube all my life. It doesn't earn anything. Even when somebody mentioned 7 ads in one video, I didn't realise that. I've taken it down. It was only $3 of earnings, so it's not like it's making me a fortune. Okay, so what I'm going to do is slightly different today. I'm going to mention the headlines, and then I'm going to go deeper into those. So you can actually click on each timestamp in the description for which news you wish to listen to. Okay, so first headline is that nano-COVAX are set for the 3rd phase of human trials in June. Second piece of news, additional 288,000 AstraZeneca doses have arrived in Vietnam. As I said earlier, Vietnam has detected a new hybrid variant of UK and Indian viruses. Vietnam holds talks to procure Moderna vaccine. And the last headline is why Vietnam is slower to vaccinate its population. Okay, so basically the first bit of news about nano-COVAX, which is one of the made in Vietnam vaccines that are being tested in Vietnam. They are hoping to start the 3rd phase of human trials in June. Now they've had promising results from the first 2 phases. And so the Ministry of Health are just requiring further documents from the researchers to then give it the green light to go ahead with the 3rd phase. And hopefully that's going to be in June, which is a couple of days. Okay, the second bit of news. The 4th batch of AstraZeneca doses have arrived in Vietnam. They came in through Tan Son Nhat Ho Chi Minh Airport on the 25th of May. That's 288,000 doses. So far now we've had around 2.9 million doses. Not a lot, considering we're nearly at 100 million, 97, 98 million population. They've been delivered recently. So the 24th of February we had 117,600. On the 1st of April we had 811,200. And on the 16th of May, just a couple of weeks ago, 1.682 million, and along with this 288,000, that's around 2.9 million. So it's very small amounts at the moment, but it's getting there. Next bit of news. This is the severe news, which you're probably waking up to. Vietnam has detected a new variant of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. And it seems to be a hybrid of the UK and Indian variants. This is confirmed by Nguyen Thanh Long, of the Minister of Health, on Friday, I believe. Now, this mutation seems to be very dangerous, according to sources, and so it's a multi-strain that's been recorded since the 4th wave. I'll give you stats on screen as we go along to how many cases we have in Vietnam now. It's quite a few now. But this new variant is now, I didn't realise this, and I don't have the information on which variants they are, but this new variant has now pushed the total of variants in Vietnam to 8. That's disappointing news. You know, it's very hard to stay positive as a travel agent during a pandemic, but when news like this comes through, it just knocks you for six. So, right. Now then, next piece of news. The Ministry of Health held a meeting on Friday with regards the Moderna vaccine. Now, this is just early stages. They've just had a meeting with a Moderna distributor. So they're hoping to discuss the supply of Moderna vaccines through Vietnam with this company in the shortest possible time. Now, Moderna hasn't officially been approved in Vietnam, so it's not as if it's going to be soon. So at least, you know, talks are underway about this sort of thing, and whether this is news or just, you know, news sources grasping at straws and trying to deliver something of hope for Vietnam, I don't know. But let's take it as hope, and let's hope that Moderna's on its way as well. We've got Pfizer on its way, Sputnik on its way, Moderna on its way. It could all change literally in weeks. Now then, this next item, I read this on a Vietnamese news site. Now, it was in Vietnamese. I don't speak Vietnamese. I speak a little bit, but not enough to read a news article. So I translated it with Google, and it's about this board member of FPT, which is a telecom company here in Vietnam. And he's got some interesting thoughts and views about why Vietnam it's not slow to deliver the vaccines. It's got reasons for it, and this is quite interesting, really. So I hadn't really looked into this much, but I'll read up a bit of what he'd said. So basically, he's given his thoughts on why they've been slow to deliver the vaccines. His perspective actually makes perfect sense, to be honest. Maybe you disagree, I don't know, mention that in the comment below. But so he's saying that currently vaccination countries are divided into 4 groups. Now, you already may know this. I didn't know this, so if you did know this, then, you know, hats off. But I didn't really sort of understand this at first. Now, group 1, they're countries that they're homegrown. So basically countries that own the vaccine, that they research and test and produce themselves. Now, prioritization is obviously going to be with their country. These countries such as the UK, USA, etc., Russia and China, they've got their own vaccines. They're delivering it to their people. China, something like 20 million in a day. Incredible. That's the Sinopharm vaccine. So that's group 1, homegrown. Group 2, countries that are involved in vaccine testing and production. So these are the countries that are actually producing the vaccines, such as AstraZeneca and others, Pfizer. And that's including India, Brazil, didn't know that, Indonesia, and a few other countries as well. So that's group 2. Now, group 3, these are the speculative countries, basically. They are speculating on a vaccine that is still going through testing. They're hoping it will be okay. It's not yet approved, but they're gambling on it, basically. So they sign a contract, they pay up front for the vaccines. If it's successful, then that country gets priority to buy under the contract. But if it fails, then obviously they've lost all the money. Now, of course, there's not so many countries in the world that could afford to just lose millions and millions of dollars. So that group of countries is going to be minimal, and usually the rich countries. Now, I'm sorry if I'm teaching you to suck eggs or anything, but I just thought I'd mention this in this video. You know, you have your opinions on all this as well. Please do comment below. But yeah, if these countries are rich, then they're gonna be able to do that, so they can fit into this category. Those in that group are Israel, Singapore, etc. So basically, it's risk and having some cash to actually be able to do it. So that's group 3. Group 4, basically the remaining countries, they're not given priority to buy a vaccine, even if purchased after testing has been done and approved. Everything's all out there. So if, for example, AstraZeneca has been approved, its test is done, it's getting rolled out, then you want to buy it, you're not going to be prioritized. You're going to be down the list for countries that are going to get it first. The group 4 are countries that are relying on diplomatic vaccines, which apparently is the Sinopharm in China. I didn't know that. Or vaccines funded by the COVAX program in conjunction with the WHO. It's basically, this guy is thinking that Vietnam is actually categorized in group in between 3 and 4. So 3.5 he's saying. So Vietnam is group 3 because it's speculated already of 30 million doses with AstraZeneca when it was actually in clinical trials. But because of its such a small amount, just the 30 million of its nearly 100 million population, then it's been pushed into group 4 because they're not prioritized high enough. And so also countries with more severe epidemics are given priority in the COVAX program too. They're given more vaccines sooner. So, you know what I'm going to say, you know, Vietnam are ending up, because they've done well in the vaccine epidemic and the virus epidemic, their success is going against them. So it obviously until recently it's been a success. So with low levels of breakout, Vietnam is delivered less vaccine doses and slower through the COVAX program. So they're interesting points, basically, that countries like Thailand, Malaysia or Philippines, etc. have larger outbreaks, therefore preferred countries to get the doses from the COVAX program or the Chinese diplomatic vaccination. So to conclude, this guy has put it into perspective really as to why Vietnam is not actually slow in rolling out the vaccines. It's just being penalised for doing really well in the first instance. You know, you're damned if you don't do well, and you're damned if you do well. So that seems to be quite interesting article really. I'll put a link to in the description. When you click onto it, it will be in Vietnamese, but just right click your mouse or whatever and translate to English. You'll read the full article there, and I think it's quite interesting to see. And also a reason why Vietnam is slower at vaccinating the countries. Now, although Cambodia and Laos are faster at this, why is Vietnam slower than Cambodia and Laos, even though Cambodia and Laos are still probably in the group 4 of countries? So it'll be interesting to know what your thoughts are with that. Anyway, enough of doom and gloom. So have a look at that behind you and tell me you don't want to visit Vietnam Village Life more often. Really appreciate your support, guys. We're at about 130 something subscribers currently, so if we can try and make a push for 200 subscribers in June, that'll be fantastic. You'll get to see some fantastic scenery, and also I can smell it now. I actually have hay fever, and I actually get it with the rice as well. So they're actually harvesting at the moment in certain areas. So I have been showing the whole rice growing process throughout Vietnam Village Life for the last 2-3 months, and today and the next few days is going to be interesting because I'm going to be showing you the harvesting, and that's getting on the machine, watching it, dragging the rice and going through the whole process, bagging it up and delivering and drying out in the sun, which is all over the Vietnam at the moment. So yeah, that's interesting. Please do head on over to the Vietnam Village Life channel, subscribe, click the bell, and also there's no ads. Cheers.